Let's go. Unleashed, untamed, on a war campaign. All I'm hearing on the brain, no pain, no gain. Choke hold on the game, make them remember the name. Put my flag down, never back down till I'm all that remains. Put my money where my mouth is, and I put the proof with the claim. Put my enemies where the ground is, got them face down in the grain.
So welcome back, OneGym family, to OneGym OG, our first official training session on camera with the great FD media behind the lens. Corey, shout out. We train legs today, so I thought if we're going to try and film anything, it may as well be a leg session. So I'm down here, OneGym. We've got Jordy training with us today as well. Got done some warm-ups, some stretches. One thing you notice with me, guys, no matter what you see me doing over the years, one thing I've been really big on is mobility warm-ups, making sure everything's moving correctly, adductors, glutes, hips, knees, ankles, everything, because I found that the stronger you get, the muscle will grow, but your ligaments and tendons and bones essentially don't, grow at the same rate. They're still the same ligaments and tendons that any 30-year-old or 40-year-old is generally going to have. Yeah, they get more accustomed to lifting heavy, but the damage can still be done. So I take more care the stronger I get through those mobility and sort of prehab movements. So as usual, got done with those, spent about 10 minutes there. We're going to do some calves now. I like to do calves before any leg session these days. One, because my calves suck and they need to grow. And I find that at the start of a session, you're probably going to be a bit more motivated to put a bit more effort into them than at the end of, let's say, a leg session or even a back or chest session, wherever you train them. You can be quite taxed, so you can tend to skip through them subconsciously, if that makes sense. So we do them first. One, for that reason. Two, because I believe it helps a lot with ankle mobility as well. So if you're going to be doing any squatting or leg pressing, even lunging movements, the ability to get the knee forward over the toes, okay, in any squat movement is going to help you with your quad development. The reason why is because the further your knee can go forward, the more flexion, the more stretch, the more quad involvement, okay? So I do calves for those two reasons first. So we're going to get into some standing calf raise now, followed up by some seated calf raise, 3 to 4 sets of each, 15 to 20 reps, really slow, negative, hold in the stretch position and explode up. You'll see me, I do sort of a little double bounce to the top, bit of a Jay Cutler style. And the reason is just to make sure I'm getting as fully contracted as possible at the top of the rep. So we'll do those two, and then we'll move on from there. They call me One Take Mike.
One Take Mike.
Yeah, One Take Mike.
Walls closing in, I guess that I'm going big. So appropriate that I leave him motionless. What's the point of moving? You ain't been close to this. I know you as a student when the chosen brewing, all emotions growing truth to stop that. In my bag and they feelings usually. You see the balance if you knew he been a man before it had me in a two-seat with my homies still.
This fucking belt. So, during prep, dieting, I always wear a belt as tight as fucking possible. The reason why is just stomach control. I believe it helps coming into the comp. It's not gonna make your waist smaller, but it's gonna help you with your stomach control. So, but I like to make sure it's fucking tight. So it always takes me a good 15 minutes. I call this my first set to get this belt on. Right, Jordy, about there. Okay. Easy.
Earth-shattering, got the plans to make the coast break. Keep acting like you can stop me with a closed gate. Keep acting like how I kill it ain't a cold case. High above the law, defy the odds. Why the rules bend your set defenses? Try me if you wanna. We gon' move against the waves and blow you out the water. Cutting up the ties, calling that divide and conquer. I'm one of a kind, but the skies is a baller. Born out the terror era, hear of what the sons do. Y'all gon' see them raised like they taking out the sunroof. It's a good day, it's the same in the dust too. Ain't no chance I'm relaxing. Oh, you acting savage, so it's tragic, you a pump fake. Model for my city, plain and simple, set the Class in the move at your wrist, crafting the tools that gon' get us past all the truths that's so fixed. Would've kept us under and bound if I wasn't bold with my wits. For the pavement breaking the ground, so I know they gon' know who this is. Yeah, base, earth shattering, got the plans to make the coast break. Keep acting like you can stop me with a closed gate. Keep acting like how I kill it ain't a cold case. High above the law, defy the odds. Why the rules bend your set defenses? Try me if you wanna. We gon' move against the waves and blow you out the water. Cutting up the tides, calling that divide and conquer. I'm one of a kind, but the sky's as a baller. Yo, I've been profit. Feeling your water when you and me plotting. Gotta be honest, soon as it's hitting your noggin. Gotta
What's your target?
If not, you dishing the logic.
What's your
you gotta
target?
skip the applauding.
Alright guys, this is one of our OG members, Lucas. Gonna take me through a Cybex hack squat. This is the OG initiation. 10 reps minimum, okay? Control down, explode up, no rest to the top. You rest, extra 5 reps. Let's do it. Control, power. 1, all the way down. Power. 2, control, power. 3, proper reps, let's go. Power. 4, control, power. 5, again. Up. 6, don't drop into it, control. Down, go. 7, yes. Control, straight down, yes. Good, now you're working, straight down. Good, straight down again, straight down. Up. Come on, bro, you gotta want it. 2 more, straight down. Up. Good. 1 more, straight down, okay? No matter how much it hurts, down. Yes, up, everything. Rest, drive. No, hands off. Drive, use your legs. Good, more. Good, bro. Look it out.
All right, 4 more.
No dub. Base, earth shattering, got the plans to make the coast break. Keep acting like you can stop me with a closed gate. Keep acting like how I kill it ain't a cold case. High above the law, defy the odds. Why the rules bend your set defenses? Try me if you wanna. We gon' move against the waves and blow you out the water. Cutting up the tides, calling that divide and conquer. I'm one of a kind, but the sky's as a baller. Born out the terror era, hear of what the sons do. Y'all gon' see them raised like they taking out the sunroof. It's a good day, it's the same in the dust too. Ain't no chance I'm relaxing. Oh, you acting savage, so it's tragic. You a pump fake. Motto for my city, plain and simple, set the runway. Had to run them out of the town right after snatching the crown. My path with me now, there's no melodies are profound. Cause they don't do it like this. Class in the move at your wrist, crafting the tools that gon' get us past all the truths that's so fixed. Would've kept us under and bound if I wasn't bold with my wits. For the pavement breaking the ground, so I know they gon' know who this is. Yeah, base, earth shattering, got the plans to make the coast break. Keep acting like you can stop me with a closed gate. Keep acting like how I kill it ain't a cold case. High above the law, defy the odds. Why the rules?
One thing is for sure, that leg day is International Chucks Day. I know you like the Vibrams, Corey. I was a Vibrams fan once too, but Chucks are where it's at.
The plans to make the coast break. Keep acting like you can stop me with a closed gate. Keep acting like how I kill it ain't a cold case. High above the law, defy the odds. Why the rules bend your set defenses? Try me if you wanna. We gon' move against the waves and blow you out the water. Cutting up the tides, calling that divide and conquer. I'm one of a kind, but the sky's as a baller.
When you own a gym, you become extremely particular about the way your weights are stacked. 20s with 20s, 10s with 10s, 15s with 15s. OCD. All right, so next guys, first main movement, got done with the calves. You're gonna do a single leg kneeling curl for the hamstrings. So basically I always start my leg workouts these days with a hamstring curl. I just find that it creates a nice cushion underneath the leg for any future movement. Keeps it warmed up also behind the knee. And then move on to leg extensions next in front of the knee. But we start with leg curls, so we just swap. This is the kneeling variation. We've been doing this for about 5 to 6 weeks now. So we're pretty much maxed out in terms of progression for the rep range I want to hit in this one. I want to hit around 10 to 20 reps for over 3 sets. So 3 sets means we use the same weight for every single set. We want the first set to be close to absolute failure at 20 reps. We with no assistance. Then the second set with the same weight, obviously we'll get less. If we can get more on the second set than we can on the first set wasn't really failure. So less weight on the second set, reps on the second set, and then even less reps on the third set because again, we're more fatigued. So with this 10 to 20 rep range, we're now at a point over the last 6 weeks where I've worked up to a maximum weight of about 40 to 50 kilos. And it's at a range where I can't really get 20 reps with that weight, no matter what I do, which means I'm pretty much at my strongest capacity for this cycle on this movement, which means next week we'll probably change it up, okay? So if you reach the limits of a movement, don't be afraid to change that movement. We're still gonna do a hamstring curl, it'll just be a different variation, seated, lying, whatever the case may be. Also guys, with the first couple of movements of our session, no matter what session it is, we tend to take a couple of warm-up sets, more like feed-in sets, so working up to a top weight. Don't do anything anywhere near failure on these ones. It just gets the muscles, because it is the first movement, I think, ready to lift heavier weight. Again, tendons, joints, everything gets, primed and ready to go. So I don't like to call them warm-up sets because we're pretty warm already from the mobility stuff and the calves even. But these are feeder sets leading up to the max set, and then we'll hit 3 working sets there. So I'll do some feeder sets on this, some feeder sets on the next one, which is leg extension. Again, so just to put some blood in the front of the knee, like getting them warm. Then on the rest of the movements, we'll probably do 1 feeder set just to get used to the movement and straight into working, because there's no need to do 3, 4, 5 warm-up sets or feeder sets on every single exercise, just the first ones to make sure we're primed, ready to go, and then the rest of the workout you pretty much jump straight into your working weight.
Never back down till I'm all that remains. Put my money where my mouth is, and I put the proof with the claim. Put my enemies where the ground is, got a face down in the grain. Dominate your terrain, leave a path full of flames. You ain't never took a real loss, that's about to be arranged. Yes, let the fire blaze, let the bridges burn. Once we go to war, it ain't no return. You ain't know I was a problem, you about to learn. Once we go to war, it ain't no return. Yeah, we about to take it way too far. Yeah, we about to take it way.
So because we track everything that we do, my book says, my data says that I should be able to do this weight. But like you'll see, I'm at the point now where with 20 reps, I'll really start to cheat my form to get that number. So that's this set will show you the reason why next week I'll swap this out of my program. And if you're thinking, why don't I just go lighter? It's because with a lighter weight I can get the reps. So I need to lift this weight to progress, otherwise I'm staying the same. I'm just remaining the same. So it's just got to do with my mechanical ability or strength ability on this movement. This many reps, okay.
You ain't built for the problem. Make way cause the God's home. When you hear my drums, can't hide, can't run. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. I'm a bully back in my zone. I'm a thorn from my throne. I was number 1 when you came, I'll be number 1 when you come. Yes, the fire blaze, the bridges burn. Once we go to war, it ain't no return. You ain't know I was a problem, you about to learn. Once we go to war,
It was actually up on last week. So it's progress. Maybe I'll keep it 1 more week.
once we go to war, it ain't
All the way. Good. See how I'm spotting this one is Jordy starting the rep, and I'm literally helping to get to the top and telling him to catch it, which means contract and control the negative portion, because he's still got strength there. When his concentric fails, he's still got some strength in the eccentric. So we're overloading that part of the rep, extending the set. So 10, 11.
I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. Money, the power, respect, and I heard you know so-and-so, not a threat, cause I really know so-and-so, they like my family.
You guys know T? That's T. The other half of Onegym. Switch on. Come on.
Getting good at my butt on my check. They see the made it still 1 or 2 ways. Show some respect. So read to it, no ring around it. You coming for me, we'll see about it. We'll never see it when I get my feet up 100 meters.
And so guys, moving on now to leg extensions. Nothing crazy here, 3 sets. We're trying to get around 20 in the first, and we're going to see what we can get on the sets after. And the second and third set, we'll do some force reps. Same as it on the single leg curls. And you know, I pretty much, at the moment, you could call it pre-exhaust if you want to. It's just the way I like to train. But I like to hit these more isolating movements for hamstrings and quads before my main movements. And the main reason why is because it does limit how heavy I can go on a leg press, on a lunge, on a squat of any kind. You know, if I was to go straight into those movements these days, I'd be on 8-9 plates for a hack squat. You know, and on a leg press, upwards of 600-700 kilos. And I just don't like the stress it puts on my joints to have to lift that heavy, so I can take some of the that load away by pre-fatiguing, by hitting the hams and quads, really filling them up, and then move on to those bigger movements with less weight, but still essentially the same effect. What I mean by same effect is I'm tracking those movements week to week. It's always the same movements before the squat or before the leg press. So as long as those movements are the same, and then I track that number on the leg press, doesn't matter where it goes from 100 kilos to 200 kilos over 6 weeks, or 400 kilos to 600 kilos over 6 weeks. That improvement is what I'm after. That progression is what I'm after, regardless of where the weight starts. And the weight that you start on will be relevant to your strength and relevant to the work that you've done before that movement. Okay, so guys, a couple tips here. I've said it to you before, but the most important thing is hips back and down. So you want to think of on stage, in a front relaxed pose, or any front pose, we really try and separate our legs and get separation through the legs. It's hips down, hip flexors back, into the set, into the seat. Hips down there, and they stay there through the whole movement. As you come down, don't lift up. A lot of people do this. They're limiting their range of motion and plus getting some momentum. Back down here, full stretch, all the way. Have that fucking thing all the way as much as it can go. Squeeze up. Bum down and back.
I had to re-up on a reel, so you stay defeated and put it back into the beat, cause I don't really need it.
4.
I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I had to put all their egos in check. You're not entitled to anything else. I get 10 years of this under my belt. Artists and don't feel it and nobody hears it. Initiative stay on the shelf. Your ego done got in the way. It gotta die today. It gotta go. You should be happy I lighten the load. The weight of your arrogance, heavy as stone. I make an appearance, they already.
Can't just place it in there.
It's just funny what you're trying to get it to the whole.
Don't ask. Story of my life, bro. Only found it 3 times. 3 kids. 3 kids, 3 successful attempts. Step number 2, same weight, full stack. Set number 2 is funny because it's like you still know you got that one to go. So set number 2 is one where people often back off a little bit because they think, oh fuck, I've got another set. So they hold back a little bit because they prepare for that other set. But when you're in that set, the important thing is it only matters about that set. You know, when you're in that call out, it's only that call out that matters. When you're prepping for that show, it's just one day at a time, it's 1 meal at a time. We're not thinking about the next few days, we're thinking about now. So be present in your training. Commit everything to each set, to each rep, and get the most out of it that you can. Because you're here. You know, you want to make it worth your fucking time. You could be anywhere else in the world.
Don't mind.
Come on! Everything. More! Up! Up! One more now, give me one more. Nice, dig. Yes, squeeze! Squeeze! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it, slow, slower.
I'm hardy. Feet on the feet, I'm hardness. We keep say something about me. Back in the day, they was frontin' on me. Now we number 1 and they follow our lead.
T-minus 15 seconds. SRO.
So third movement, horizontal leg press by hammer strength. I find this one really targets the quads. It's extremely harder than it looks. So, like I said, on a traditional leg press, I'll probably load up 400 or 500 kilos at least. But this one, around 200 to 300 is enough. So, especially after all that work. But we'll do 3 sets here. Again, we want to start around 15 to 20 reps and then keep that same weight and failure each time after that with some force reps. It's not fancy, but it's hard work, and over time with consistency it fucking works. Not stay on the leg press. Fuck that shit.
Take off, don't take a day off, not wasting no time. Can't focus on yours while I'm focused on mine. One day
so, I can't do the same as last week. If I left the same weight as last week, I'd hate myself for days. I'd think back to this moment, every single moment, up until stage. If you all don't know, we're about 10 or 11 weeks out. So food's starting to go down in amount, volume, which actually feels good, sort of. But you start to notice it at this point in your sessions. You start to get a little bit more fatigued, a little bit harder to recover. But it's at those points we've got to think of a different type of hunger. You'll be hungry for food, you'll be hungry for results, hungry to win, hungry to be your best, hungry to prove people wrong. You know, there's plenty of ways to be hungry. So right now I'm going to focus and channel my hunger to win in 10 or 11 weeks.
That's where it gets fucking nasty. Some sort of beast comes out in this motherfucker for 3 sets.
Show me why.
Need 100 or it's nothing. Need 100 or it's nothing. Need 100 or it's nothing. Need a
Trying to throw a couple racks. I be in the trying to give them what they want. You out in the middle, want a little taste for 100 in this place.
Where we're at?
100 in this place.
Give it to me, Mike. Work. Trust me.
One more. One more then, come on. Good, bro.
Yeah.
100 in this place till our memories erase.
I go 1 0 0. 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 Either 100 or it's nothing. 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 You animals, it's like.
So guys, what you hear us maybe keep talking about adductors, hamstrings. Last week I was doing lunges with 40 kilos, and on my last rep, on my last set, on the 30th rep, I just felt a little tweak in my hamstring. Little tweak, nothing serious. I iced it that night, barely felt it the next day, but under load now, I'm fatigued, I feel that same feeling. So not a tear, but just a little, like before a tear. So it's just about not ignoring that sign, not giving into it either. So we're still gonna finish the set, but not ignoring it. So if you feel it during the set, start to rub, or you feel like a sensation there, sharp pain, you're better off just stopping the set. So Jordy's had an adductor sort of minor strain, similar for the last 3 weeks. We've been trying to work around through soft tissue therapy, whatever else. And again, he's just communicating with me his limits during the session. And I'm gonna do the same with him, because we wanna train hard, we're also gonna train smart. We're still getting the work done, but we're making sure that we're aware of what we're feeling, because we're gonna come back Friday and do it all again for legs. And we've got another 10 weeks of prep, another possibly 20 leg sessions until show day. So we have to make sure we can back it up. And also calories aren't in a surplus right now, so potentially there's not as much food for recovery. We're doing more steps, more NEAT, more output, so not as much recovery. So all these things are important. Cortisol, fatigue management during prep. Last set, as always, best effort. Won't be your best set if you truly took the other sets to failure, but you can still give your best effort. Okay, at least 10. 10 or you lose, motherfucker. Again, guys, as well, winning anything in life will demand everything, but it will promise you nothing. There's no promises, no guarantees, but it will demand everything you've got. And if you want something you've never had, you better be prepared to give everything you've got. This is my everything.
Bad approach.
10. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inshallah.
4. Show me why. 5. 6. 7. Everything, bro. Finish it. You got more, motherfucker. Give it.
Next, let's go.
We're doing this.
It's time to act a fool, I guess. Don't care if it's cool, you could just leave and go do you, I guess. Come on, around we lunatics, leave the ground so lunar. Switch it coming down too soon, I guess. Me don't need no rest. I sleep when I see the death. Need it out, no penny less. And if I fall, don't pick me up. I'm way too quick to catch my breath.
Now guys, credit to Jordy. He started training with me about a month ago. I've been coaching him for about maybe 6 weeks, a few weeks before that. We always got on well. But credit to him. I don't know what it is about me. Maybe it's the way I smell, but excuse me. I can't keep a training partner. Apart from my wife, but she's at action at the moment with some health issues. Normal people train with me a couple of weeks and then that's it, they disappear. But Jordy's stuck in there months now and really taking his training to the next level. So credit to Jordy. It's one pat in the back I'll give him. The rest of the prep will be on his ass, but no, he's definitely done well, you know. And even, you know, for me guys, you know, he takes me up a gear as well. Wanted to help him do better. I in turn take the role of setting the standards. So, you know, it helps me be better as well. So if you go there, you find a training partner, someone you can bounce off, someone, you know, who's on a similar level to you, or at least likes to take it. Doesn't have to be the same strength. There's some things that, you know, Jordy and I are not strong, like miles apart in strength-wise on. Some things we're very close on. You know, there's times he's beaten me on a few sets. But find someone who, you know, has got a similar approach to you, obviously similar time frame, and push each other, you know. You see us, we're pushing here, we're yelling, making some noise. And guys, I don't put that on. If you hear me make a noise, it's because I'm fucking working hard. I don't deliberately try and make noise. I'm relatively a quiet person, but when I train, I do like to give my all. We're out here making noise, you know, we're moving some weight, but we're doing it with, you know, control. We're doing it with some intellect, I like to think. Working smartly, with good form, all those things. So just, you know, making a lot of noise, you know, isn't the way to train, in my opinion. If you make noise, that's fine. It's not a fucking library, but make sure your form, you know, and your approach to the exercise is always 100%. Then add on weight, then take it there intensity-wise and make some fucking noise. And if you don't follow Jordy on Instagram, Jordy Bickler, that's Jordy, J-O-R-D _ Bickler, no? Straight through. Bickler, B-I-C-H-L-E-R, Jordy Bickler on Instagram. You'll see me repost some of his stories as well, but give him a follow, support his journey, 11 weeks. We're going physique, maybe classic, maybe classic. All right, so guys, last exercise. I'm gonna do 2 sets here. Traditionally, I would finish with something like a hack squat or a Smith machine, heel elevated squat, something axial loading, so something above my waist and my shoulders, and a squat movement or variation. I've still got a bit of an injury in my semitendinosus, which is the tendon that goes from the hamstring into the calf. So it's about there. You can see there, it's a little bit inflamed still compared to this side. I can see it, but I look at it every day. Anyway, because that's inflamed, when I come down to a deep flexion, I can feel at the very bottom my tendon's still a little bit inflamed and not happy. So rather than being stubborn and push through, we just found a movement that I can do with a decent amount of weight that doesn't aggravate it. I still feel some nice stimulation through the areas I want to. So dumbbell, split squat, heel elevated to allow more range of motion, okay? So I'm gonna come in with some weight. I'm gonna have my hand here, just to balance. I'm not leaning on the bench. Got my heel elevated, so I've got an increased range of motion. I can push my knee right, forward, over my toes. One leg back. I'm just doing 1 feeder just to get the movement, then I'll grab a dumbbell. Okay, you can see how far I come over the quad, over my knee, try and put as much pressure into this bad boy as possible. Now we'll add some weight. 2 sets.
Just another world we enter, bittersweet. We don't remember every time the side end up. Go 1 0 0, go 1 0 0, go 1 0 0. I go give them what they want. or it's nothing.
Go 100 in this place till our memories erased.
I go 1 0 0. 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 Either 100 or it's nothing. 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 I go 1 0 0. 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 Either 100 or it's nothing. Either 100 or it's nothing.
So guys, another shout out in this clip. First to Jordy, who's our brother boy.
Hey, brother boy.
For being a good training partner. And next week is gonna vomit for sure, because we're gonna make sure. But shout out also to my rock, my ride or die T. You know, we started this back in September. It's been a rough few months, but yeah, credit to T for showing up every day and being the heart of the gym. So she's my rock, and I just wanted to give her a special shout out as well. So if you don't follow her, don't, because she's private. So and she hates that shit, but she's the best. And if you're ever in Port Melbourne and you want a good coffee, I'll come have a chat, come see T.
Thanks, babes.
All right, fam, so it's a bit of a running joke here at OneGym. At the end of our leg sessions, Jordy and I typically pass out here for half an hour and sip on a drink, and then we'll have some cereal and get on with the rest of the day. So we're gonna pass out for half an hour. Thank you for coming along with us for leg day at OneGym. We're at 67 Crockford Street, Port Melbourne. Guys, we've got some of the best equipment you'll find in the world here. Hand selected by myself over the years of me training. You'll find Watson from England, UK, Panada from Italy, Hammer Strength from the United States, Integrity from Australia, Alico from Sweden, Rogue, USA. You'll find the best of everything here. I've got 51 pieces of Prime Fitness and Arsenal Strength, like you see in Revive Gym and the Dragons there from the States on the way. We're gonna renovate upstairs, open that up, 2 full-time physio massage rooms, 1 full-time dedicated professional mirrored and lighted posing room, classroom. So we're setting this place up to be something special, guys. We've already reached our first member cap. So we're currently accepting, by the time this airs, no more members. Casuals are only with current members, so no walk-in casuals if you don't know anyone. If you message me and really want a session, I'm happy to give you a trial, and you can go on a waiting list, because as of March, when we reopen the membership after all the other equipment's arrived and we finish the renovations upstairs, we will open up for another round of members before we cap it for life. So check us out on Instagram. Come down and visit us for a walkthrough, a tour, a free trial. I'm happy to give you that. Check us out. OneGym for us is all about community. It's all about culture. It's all about motivation, support, vibe, energy. Yes, we train hard. Yes, we get results, okay? But at the same time, we support each other, we have fun, and we've got some of the best coffee in Port Melbourne as well. So come down, check us out. Thank you for joining us again. Jordy, Sesh, till tomorrow, brother. We'll be coming at you weekly, guys, with some YouTube, some more content as well. So if you do want to see something particular, drop us a comment down below. Like, share, follow. It means the world to us. Follow us on Instagram, reach out, have a conversation. Any questions, Jordy, I happy to help. Jordy does PT here as well, so hit him up for a session. And guys, we out for this Tuesday. So thank you again. We'll see you around.